Oh, dude, they're coming out of the water. Boom! Oh, look at they're coming out of the water from my lure. Dude, they're still hitting it other side of the boat. Fish. That's a nice fish, bro. That's a heavy fish, Kevin. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Cameron. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And I've got to tell y'all, I'm pretty tired of the weather, man. It was supposed to be blowing like 8 miles an hour today. Nice, beautiful weather. Check this out. Overcast, rainy, and it's blowing like 16, gusting 20 out of the northeast, the worst wind direction. Y'all take a look at this water right here. It is chocolate milk in this spot. But we're going to hop in and do some wade fishing. That's the plan for today. I know you guys love the wade videos, so I figured why not take the boat out and try to wade from the boat. Something I've never done except for one other time. I wish the conditions were better, but you got to go with what you have and be opportunistic. So hopefully we'll be able to catch some trout, redfish, all that good stuff. We're just going to be spot hopping today and waiting for that wind to switch, because supposedly in about an hour and a half, 2 hours here, it's supposed to move from northeast to east and slowly throughout the day switch around to southeast. And as it switches, it should get calmer, the water should clean up, and the fishing should just get better. So y'all stick with this, stay tuned. We're going to start out throwing a top water right here, because it is overcast, and anytime it's overcast, you know I got to go with the top water. And also because this is only like 1.5 foot deep and it's kind of a soft bottom, so my jig head is just gonna get stuck in the bottom. So we're gonna start with the top water, see what we can catch. I'm gonna go ahead, stop talking, get geared up, and hop in the water. Let's get to it. All right, first spot, just hopped in the water here, and it's kind of muddy. It's not like horrible, like knee-deep mud, but it's definitely a soft bottom. It's about muddy for kind of sink up past your ankles a little bit. That's all right. We're just gonna start working this top water. I'm not seeing any bait. The goal is to not fish any spot unless we saw bait. But really, with how the wind is, don't have a choice. The other 2 spots I planned on hitting, starting at actually, they'd be blown out right now and super windy. So we're gonna start here. We're about thigh deep. I'm just gonna fish it for 15 minutes or so, see if we can get any blow-ups. Looks like good redfish water. Redfish don't really care about that dirty. So honestly, guys, I do not have very high expectations for this spot. The only reason we stopped here is because it was close and it's calmer up in this little cove. But I'm not going to give it too long here. We're just waiting for that wind to switch around. Hopefully it'll happen pretty soon. And then we'll be able to hit a bunch more spots. And I know that if we grind it out today, hopefully we will be rewarded and be able to put at least a few fish in the boat. Fish got to eat. Even when it's windy, even when there's not a lot of tide, fish still got to eat. You just got to find them. Well, we weren't here long. We're getting back in the boat. About 150 yards that way. The water is just a little bit cleaner. It hasn't been blown out yet. So we're going to switch over there and fish that cleaner water. I think we will have to drift it, because it's too deep to wade. It's like 4.5 feet. Okay, so we just hopped in the water at spot number 2 here, and what y'all have not seen is us riding around in the roughest, choppiest bay water you could imagine for the past like 1.5 hours or 2 hours. Almost tripped over a rock. But we just pulled up to spot number 2, wade spot number 2. We fished out of the boat for a while and with no luck. I mean, the wind is ripping, but check this out. We found this protected shoreline right here. It's like a giant wall, and it's just completely calm. It's flat calm right here. So I switched over. I'm gonna be throwing a 1/8 ounce jig head on with a Norton Sandhill Junior LSU color. And I smell a slick right now, actually. And we saw some bait, so we can go ahead and get to it. And what we have here is we're on a pretty steep shoreline. We're in about knee deep to waist deep water, but it's about 8 feet once you get maybe 40 yards out there. So it's a pretty steep shoreline, and we're just gonna work it all and see what's out here. Water's nice and clean. Got a couple foot of visibility here. And bait popping. Walking back to the boat right now. When y'all saw me a minute ago, I was in a little different spot. We didn't catch anything over there, so we moved about half a mile, maybe a little bit more, down the shoreline, and we pulled into a spot that has a ton of bait, but we cannot even buy a bite today. I've thrown the topwater. I'm actually throwing the topwater right now. Throwing 2 or 3 different types of soft plastics. I mean, we are covered in bait right now. There's mullet jumping everywhere, shad. It looks great, but just one of those days when the fish just don't want to eat right now. I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background or not, but there is a lot of thunder. And there's we just saw a couple things of lightning way off in the distance. So I think we are going to check the radar, see where that's going, but most likely head back to the boat ramp. Got a nice flock of birds right here that just popped up. About 20 or 30 seagulls, and they were diving. Waiting to see them dive right here. There we go. Hey, drop the trolling motor. I don't want to scam with the boat. That could be trout under there. Okay, let's see. You ready?
I'm ready. I hope the low john gets it done.
Definitely gonna get it done. I wish I had a heavier jig head. We're just working up to these birds with the trolling motor here. We don't want to scare anything that's under them. I cannot cast that far with this light jig head, casting straight into the wind. There definitely has to be something under these birds. There's no shot we don't get bit under birds. There was a bite. I got bumped. Decent trout. There's one. Ah, come on.
Oh, they're spitting stuff out.
Oh, dude, they're coming out of the water. Boom. Oh, they were coming out of the water for it. I should have left the top water on. I just missed 2 fish. There we go. Dude, I'm missing them all. Fish. A real heavy fish. Yeah. I'm on, guys. I got something nice here. I don't know. I have no idea what that is, to be honest. Bro, is that a catfish? It's a gaff top. So there's a school of undersized trout and gaff top out here.
You don't need the net?
No, I definitely don't need the net.
Look at that line now.
That's a bull gaff top.
I don't want that.
Well, skunks off the boat. Maybe worse so. Oh my gosh.
What did you catch it with, bro?
Yes, a nice keeper right there. I'm on 2. Let's go. It's a trout right there. Okay, guys. Boom. First game fish of the day. Oh yeah, he's spitting up shrimp. Yeah, he just spit up a whole shrimp, or a piece of a shrimp. And he has a shrimp whisker hanging out of his mouth. Look at that. Speckled trout, eating shrimp. He's eating shrimp, the birds are eating shrimp, they're all eating shrimp. And we're throwing not shrimp. Let's go, we're on. Found the school right here behind us. Hands wet.
You need a net?
Yeah, get the net. There we go, guys. Another speck right here. Now, speckled trout where we are in Texas have to be 15 to 20 inches. They have a slot. These are all about 12 inches. And usually when you get on them, where you catch one that size, they're all going to be around that same size. We're just hoping we might be able to pull some 15s out of here. There's another bite. A little bit. Oh, that was a cool one. A little bit better. Still undersized. We got this school right behind the boat, though. As soon as it hit the water, you landed right in it. Is that a keeper? You gonna flip them?
Let's go.
And that is exactly what we're looking for, y'all. A nice schooly 16-inch trout right there. So there are some keepers in this school. I just got pooped on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Alright guys, have the camera pointing down here. Still undersized.
It's not opening. I'm trying to open the thing, right?
Oh, that was a nice bite, dude. That one pulled drag as soon as I set the hook. Get back on that same spot.
Back in there, bro. Damn, as soon as I got in there, I felt the little bump.
Another nice one. That's a keeper.
Let's go, bro. 2 casts back to back.
Nice, dude.
There you go.
There you go. Look at this guy. Another school of birds right here, y'all. Or another flock of birds. School of fish. Oh, they're going crazy. We've been sitting way over there, like 400 yards, and we've been seeing birds off in the distance, but it was like confusing because it looked like they were way far. And we got here and they're right here. And they're hovering over something. So we're going to go upwind to them and cast down into them. They're not hitting the water like crazy, but every 20, 30 seconds or so they're hitting. And there's another flock of birds to the right. There's one. Oh, that's a heavy fish. Come on. Head shaker, head shaker. Oh, he's pulling drag. What the heck? What is that? Better not be another gaff top, man. Well, if it's a trout, he's huge. I think it's a gaff top. It is a gaff top. Gaff top number 2, y'all, and that flock of birds just flew off again. These are weird little schools. They're not like, the birds aren't going crazy, they aren't diving, they're just kind of hovering, and then, you know, one will dive and that's it. By far the first flock that we got on over there was the best. The birds they kept going at it and the fish were coming up, but right now, man, it's not like that. And they're dissipating real quick. They pop up and then they're gone a minute later.
Oh, I was on right there. Right under the bridge.
Right where they just dove a second ago. Almost took him out. Should be close.
Oh, you saw that? He was on yours.
Maybe it'll be another gaff top. Whoa! Got him. Ooh, little trout. Oh, that was a trout. You saw him come up? Oh, he just hit it.
Damn, they're hitting it like right on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just waiting for whatever bait is down there for something that looks a little different to fall under it. Oh, there we go. Dude, that was back to back. Hey, this one feels better. Where you at? Nope. He's a little bit better. I'm hitting them with the little sink, and then two, and then letting it sink, and they're hitting it on that fall every time. Usually when you're fishing birds, though, all you gotta do is cast them. They're gonna hit it as it's falling. You don't even gotta work it, dude. Oh, that's our friend.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one. That's the one bird that led us to all the fish earlier. Once again, we got another flock of birds just popped up. I was getting worried they all disappeared, but we got one right here. So this one, we're gonna stay far away from it. Obviously, we gotta get closer than this. Can't reach that. No, I just landed right in him and I got a bird's nest. Probably got a fish on here. I do have a fish on there. Real little trout. It's a sand trout, man. That's not what I'm here for. Bam. That's gonna get me one as soon as it hit the water, man. I didn't even have time to pop it once. Spit the hook, perfect. Quick release. Dude, I'm just reeling it and they're just chasing it up. I just saw them come up and hit it. That was cool. Look, they're coming out of the water from my lure. Dude, they're still hitting it other side of the boat. Oh, look, they're hitting it right here. Oh, what is that? Bro, a bluefish. It's called a bluefish. What is this guy doing in here? My gosh, we're literally just, the whole school of fish was just following our lures right here. Dude, they're still here. They're still chasing them. Well, as y'all can see, we absolutely destroyed the dink trout today under the birds. Man, I was not expecting that. We came out here planning to wade fish, as y'all heard me say earlier, but the weather is just terrible, and we were just sitting here finding one last spot to wade for the day, and all of a sudden the birds just started popping up all around us, and we hit, I think it was what, 4 or 5 different schools of birds. I did not catch a keeper, but Kevin, who's holding the camera right now, actually put 2 nice keeper trout in the boat. Y'all will have to head over and check out his video to see that. But real quick, I wanted to show y'all this awesome little product I've been using lately, and they are not paying me to say this. This is not an ad or anything, but there's this really cool product called CLIX. So I don't know if y'all can see, but that is a little magnet that is heat shrink to my glasses right there. And basically what it is CLIX is just a way to keep your sunglasses on your hat locked in place. There's a magnet that you put in your hat, a magnet on the sunglasses, and it keeps them there so they don't fly off. And instead of wearing one of those little, like, you know, rubber band things or the little straps that they make for sunglasses, I'm not really a big fan of those. Sometimes they still fall off and they're kind of uncomfortable to me. So this is the alternative right here, and it's a good one. I'll show you how it works. Take a look at this. You got a little magnet that you put inside. You can see it, and I actually have one over here. I hid it up under the logo, the Salt Mafia logo. And basically you stick that through the hat and they click right into place. If I put the microphone up there, you'll be able to hear it go. So if you're like me and you're always putting your sunglasses on top of your hat, it's a really cool product, and I think y'all would really like it. So I'll have that link down below. Like I said, this is not an ad or anything. I just genuinely think it's an awesome product. And I have to admit, I was a bit skeptical at first. I was thinking that I was going to feel the magnets whenever I was wearing it, or that I would feel them in the hat. You don't feel anything at all. So really cool thing right there. I have that linked if you want to check it out. Other than that though, it's slowed down out here. No more birds diving. One last check. I think we are going to head back to the ramp. It's already like 5 o'clock. So we'll see y'all whenever we get to the truck. So as y'all can tell, I am back home now, and that is going to be the end of the video. There's not going to be a catch a cook in this one because I did not catch a keeper fish. It was still fun though, getting out there and trying out some new spots, learning some new waters, and yeah, just exploring. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already, and if you are, like always guys, I thank you so very much. Don't forget to check out Salt Mafia for all their hats, shirts. It's getting close to be summertime, so make sure to head over there and pick you up some gear to keep yourself protected and cool out there on the water. That's it for right now guys. Until next time, peace.